There's a huge opportunity for home buyers. With rising interest rates, it decreases affordability for home buyers. But despite that, there are 3 benefits of buying when interest rates are high. Benefit number 1, decrease in home prices. Anytime that interest rates come up, it's naturally going to decrease prices because it decreases the amount people can afford to borrow. In the past few years, we've seen a lot of home buyers in the market buying, driving prices up. But high interest rates fixing that problem for us. Higher interest rates decreases the amount of home buyers who can actually afford to buy. There's a natural limit of what an average cost of a home is in a certain area. As interest rates increase, the amount that people can afford to borrow decreases. So this limits the amount of people who's going to be in the market at the same time you are. High interest rates have 2 effects on the market that can help decrease prices. Some buyers just get priced out of the market. Interest rates increase, so does their payment. Now they can't afford to buy, so they can't. Number 2, it creates downward pressure on prices. People are used to home selling in a few days. Now they're up to a few weeks and maybe even a month. So that makes sellers want to not miss out, so they're decreasing their properties a little faster than normal, so it's allowing buyers to get a little better deal with less competition. Benefit number 2, there's more homes to choose from because there's less competition. We have less buyers and we have more inventory coming on. So now you can hit the market and not have to make a decision that day. The market we just come from 5, 6, 7 months ago, you'd have to look at a property, and if you wanted it, you had to make an offer right then, which made it very difficult because you didn't know if someone else was coming in and what they were paying. So you had to jump hard and jump fast on these properties, and you didn't have enough time to truly make a decision if this was the perfect home for you and your family. Buying a home is a huge decision and not something you should be rushed into doing. It's a choice that your family is going to live with on an average of 7 years for most home buyers. So you need to have the due diligence to make a decision, is this going to be the perfect house for me? Benefit number 3, there's less buyer risk. The market we come from, people were waiving inspections, they're waiving contingencies, they're even waiving appraisals. And if the appraisal come in low, they were agreeing to pay over that price to get the property. With the market the way it is now, and just not as much competition, we can come in and we can negotiate things. We can negotiate all these amendments, and we can negotiate lower prices and better terms. So when you come into the house, there's a couple inspections that you need to have. Your core inspection. They check out the roof, they check out the HVAC, the AC, any of the major components in a property. They come in and inspect them and let you know if there's any issues and what the life expectancy is on that component. A licensed inspector is someone who's going to come through the property and they're going to tear down line item by line item of what's wrong with the property. That is their job, of course. Even the best houses, I've seen huge reports on them because the inspector's number 1 job is to come through and let you know everything that is an issue or could be an issue. So these guys are like jack of all trades. They come in and know a little bit about everything, and they're looking in, and you're having an inspection done, inspection period. You get your report back and say that HVAC may have an issue, the roof may have an issue. At that time, you can call in an expert that can come in and inspect the roof or inspect the HVAC, so you can come in with a full explanation of what this house needs, where it's going to go, and if it's something you want to move forward on. And now, because the market has shifted, you can start to negotiate some of these repairs. And in the last market, we couldn't. And one of the most important ones is the appraisal. I had clients waiving appraisals. I had people waiving appraisals when they're buying my properties. And one of the biggest fears when buying a house is overpaying for it. So now we get back to the appraisal, so we can write appraisal contingency, which guarantees that you're not going to be obligated to purchase a property if it doesn't appraise. An example, if we have a $500,000 house that we've purchased and we've got the everything set up, it only appraises for $490. Per that contract, I do not have to purchase that house unless the sellers will decrease to $490 or we work out something in the middle. But that's, of course, that's up to the buyer because the buyer's the one making the decision with that contingency. So the real question is now the time for me to buy? I would say yes, and there's a few reasons why. Interest rates are scary, absolutely. But knowing interest rates go up and down, I would much rather purchase a house that I can control the outcome. I can control what I pay. I can control the terms, and I can refinance when the house interest rates decreases. And usually they do. They go up and they go down. It's cyclical. It's happened for decades. So this is going to give me time to get into the house the way I like it, and then I can lower the interest rate when it does. Of course, there's some risk of this. What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't decrease? Could happen. Probably not. A lot of economists I'm listening to and the people way smarter than I am that I listen to, they're telling us that it's probably going to decrease. So with that weighing in, I would never buy a property that I couldn't afford that day. I couldn't afford a property at 7%, I wouldn't buy it. But my job is to get into a property that I can afford at 7%. And when it goes back down to 5%, I can refinance, and then I can just benefit from that loss of payment. Guys, I hope you found this helpful and educational. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're looking at buying and selling anywhere in the country, guys, if my team doesn't service that area, I can find you a professional who does work that area and we can help. I have teams in South Atlanta. We work very, very broad area, East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina. I have teams, and now we have a team in South of Tampa. We'd be happy to help if you need anything. So remember, who you work with matters, and have a great day.